So, guys, I've decided that I'm going to show you the beginning of the end for my TikTok career here. The video where a lot of my controversy stems from, especially the old stuff that people love to drag up, even when they know the full context. It's embarrassing. I'm not like, yeah, I can't wait. But honestly, people keep messaging me or like, there's a few people, very few, that are on Twitter going like, that's not what he said about the joke. He's lying. Ah! Because that's what I'm known for, lying, apparently. But I do have the original video. Um, well, it's not the original because I didn't save it. And my TikTok's banned. It got pulled down anyway, so. But like I didn't save videos I put up there. Somebody else, though, they saved it. They uploaded it and they did some commentary to it. And what's interesting, I've had this video for a while. What's interesting though, is I reached out to that person. I downloaded it because I was actually like, wow, thank God I have the video because I can defend myself now. I can actually defend myself. I was actually happy that I found the video. I'm not happy I made it. Wish I never did. But I was happy to be able to like find it again in its entirety so that I could be like, hey. And then I reached out to the person. I was like, hey, listen, like this was like out of context. I was trying to call out another problematic person. Alleged problematic, right? And they pulled it down like immediately. So it's interesting. Once you explain it, a lot of people are like, okay, I still don't like it, but I get it. Which I think is fair. I think that's the most fair. During this whole thing, there were content creators who didn't like me. I was moving away from doing like social and political commentary and into more edgier jokes. When I first made TikTok, that's what I wanted to do. I never really wanted to do commentary, but then I got into it. And between that and making some suspicious takes to maintain views, I mean, I'm not happy about this. My content kind of went to shit and sort of my platform, and I deserved it. I mean, let's be honest here. It was good for me overall, I think, because I got to learn what a horrible failure of a content creator is. And I'm laughing because it's so, it's embarrassing. But it's true. I got to learn, and it's helped me navigate my time on YouTube. Just when I have like lower views, I don't go, I gotta make something. I just take a deep breath. That's why I created my other page, the Papa Got Leftovers page. I know what you're all thinking. Why is it named after Ethan and Hassan? It's not. I wanted to do something about being fat, leftovers. I was going to say Papa Got Spam. My wife said, what about leftovers? And I was like, well, Ethan and Hassan have that. And she's like, who cares? And I said, that's a great point. So that's why I made it that. Because it actually kind of fits, you know? And it works with the whole I'm fat thing. Anyway, that's why I do a little bit more of my humor. But I like to keep it pretty tame because I'm kind of like happy about the advocation and stuff that I'm doing. And like the you know, I don't know. I don't want to like, you know, jerk myself off and make myself seem cool. But I like enjoy that stuff more. I was recently talking to some people and like, you know, Jon Stewart's like an idol of mine. I'm never going to be like Jon Stewart, but he's like a funny, intelligent political comedian that like really cares. And that's how I wanted to be. Anyway, doing a lot of pretext. I'm going to show the joke, okay, in its entirety so that we all know exactly what it says. All right? A trigger warning for myself because this is so cringe. I don't want to show this, but like I want to, you know? This way, because I can't respond to all the Twitter people. Hey, oh my God, this is what you actually said this. It's not productive to respond to us like all these different people on Twitter. So you know what? Now we have a video you can point to. Excuse me, sorry. Now there's a video you can point to and go like, hey, you're wrong. So let's listen to it. Let's watch it. Here it is. It's very short. Let's go.
If she's old enough to bleed, she's old enough to breed. Thank you, guys. Andre Lopez gave me that advice.
So if you could hear it, it says, thank you, guys. I thought it said, thank you, Andre Lopez, for that. It says, thank you, guys. Andre Lopez gave me that advice. Now, listening to that, we already know it's bad. It's cringe. I shouldn't have made the joke. I think we know that considering the situation, Andre Lopez, allegedly, when he was 23, allegedly slept with a 14-year-old. There's a little evidence to it, or there's some credibility to it. Girlfriend left him. Sounded like him, although we can't confirm it, on the phone with the mother apologizing. He disappeared for a while. It's a few different things there, right? That was what the call out was about. That's what it was. I've done satirical call outs before. I remember like Zoe Laverne, TikToker, when she was like 19, kissed a 13-year-old boy. She had gotten another boyfriend and then she got pregnant. So I made a joke and I was like, oh, hey, I got this for you guys. And it was like one of those, like, I think it was a Fisher Price, like, car, you know, those little things. I said, oh, sorry, that's for the dad, right? You get the joke. This one obviously struck a nerve for a lot of people, especially women, obviously. But I think that a lot of the problem, there's a few different problems. For one, people who didn't like me at the time, and I get why you wouldn't like me, but cut off the end. They pretty much just stopped it after the joke. This person didn't. That was one reason people didn't like it, because they would do that, even though they knew who I was talking about. Another thing is that it's kind of hard to hear if you hear at the end, you know?
Andre Lopez gave me that. Andre Lopez gave me that advice.
Like, it's the TED Talk filter, so it's like, while you hear, like, Andre Lopez gave me that advice, right?
If she guys Andre Lopez gave me that advice.
Right, so you could see that, like, it's hard to hear it. That's probably another reason. Another reason is not everybody knows who Andre Lopez is, even though he has, like, 20 million followers. But that's how internet fame works. You know what I mean? There's 100 different, internet spheres, even on TikTok. So there's a lot of different factors. The reception I got to this video made me kind of angry, because I knew I didn't mean harm by it, and I knew I had good intentions. And I still hold by that. I always did have good intentions. And people, for various reasons, just weren't receptive to it. Some of them more obviously justifiable, like not knowing who this person was or not hearing it. Some others not so much, that wanted to intentionally deplatform me. So I was angry about this for a while. This is kind of, I think, the central point where my content really took a dive, because I got so much hatred on this. I just stopped caring about, like, anything. I was very angry, and I just started making a bunch of shitty content. And that's not to say that it's everyone else's fault but myself. It's just like I allowed myself to become a bad content creator in the face of, like, backlash, right? I should have been more responsible with my actions. I shouldn't have gotten angry. I shouldn't have tried to use it as an excuse not to care about what anybody thought. Like, I should have just been smarter about it. I didn't immediately apologize either, because, like, I didn't feel like I was wrong at the time. That's like a normal human reaction. I was like, no, you guys are, and a lot of people were misinterpreting what I said. It's like, no, you're misinterpreting what I'm saying. And, like, if you could see where I was coming from, you know that I'm right and you're wrong. That's how I felt about that. And as I've moved on, I've come to terms with, like, even in context, I could see why that would upset, like, a lot of people, especially, like, young, well, just women in general who get their periods at really any age, even the normal time around 12. Some people get it at 8, though. So it could be something that's really frustrating. So I get why it comes off as, like, I get it. It took me a while, and I think that's normal. I think a lot of people take a long time to, like, really come to terms with some things. Like, some things take a while to come to terms on. This was one of them for me. Silver lining, I guess. My band led me to become, I think, a better content creator. Maybe not view-wise, but, like, I'm happier with myself. I'm not as frustrated. I'm trying to... I got to reset. It's almost like I have to replay a video game, but I already beat the game. I already got famous on TikTok. I knew kind of how to get there, but I made mistakes along the way. So I was able to use it as, like, a blueprint. That's my cope talking to me. So... yeah, I wanted to show it for you guys. This isn't, like, I'm not proud of it, but you know what? Like, here we go. Like, here's the full explanation. Hopefully I no longer have to do it 17 times. But you know how people on the internet are, man. So, yeah. I guess if you see any people refusing to acknowledge the objective truth of what I said, you can link them this. Or you could just go, okay, and not give a shit. I mean, those are both options. So, last time, play it one more time for full clarity. Wow, I look so ugly here. Wow. You know what I will say, actually, one thing, is this whole, like, people probably go, what the fuck is up with you not wearing a shirt? I would make a lot of TikToks when I got home, all right? When I get home, I get right into, like sleepy time clothes, okay? Pair of boxers and basketball shorts, no shirt. It's uncomfortable. Okay? I'm sorry. So it's a little weird, but even now, like, I'm hot with the AC on. It's hot out. That's just who I am. It's 73 degrees out. I'm still hot. Terrible. Probably because I'm so obese. Anyway, one last play, and we're going to bang out, guys. I appreciate you watching.
If she's old enough to bleed, she's old enough to breed.
No.
Thank you, guys. Andre Lopez gave me that advice.
Terrible. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and another special shout out to all my Patreon and Twitch subs. If you'd like to support this channel further than you already have by just watching the video alone, go down to the links below where you can sub on my Patreon, which will allow you to get your name on this beautiful black wall. Or you can go to the Twitch page and you can actually use a free Amazon Prime sub, if you have Amazon Prime, to subscribe. Thank you very much, guys. Take care.